YouTubers! Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me for another housing crisis video. I want to try and put two and two together here for you guys to try and figure something out. This will affect all the Commonwealth countries because Vancouver is one of the main... It's the science project of the housing crisis. Melbourne and Sydney should be more because it's their price inflation has been going up for the last 20 years. But let's look at Vancouver and take a gander at what's going on. They're saying that foreign buyers' effect on Vancouver's housing prices is modest, says study. Now, I'm trying to piece this together, this article, and try and make sense of it. A new study from the University of British Columbia shows that foreign buyers might have not been as big of an impact on Vancouver's housing market as people think. But what happened when they put the foreign tax on? All the sales pretty much plateaued for quite a while. Nothing moved, right? Jack, assistant professor with UBC Saunders School of Business, said that review found foreign buyers have only slightly increased the price of real estate. So does this go for people living in New Zealand, in Australia, in England, or is it just the city of Vancouver that they're focusing on here? The study, also written by New York University, studied that the effects of foreign ownership by building a fake city. So I guess they built a model, right? The model was calibrated to look like Vancouver. So within the model, we can ask how much is each household worse off or better off. And then the group that buy renters or owners, young adults, and so on. So they're doing some target marketing here, basically seeing who is who and what is what. Disposable incomes and stuff like that. So let's continue with the article here. He said that the study examined what would happen if international buyers came in and bid up on housing prices. So we found that the price effect is modest. So we think that the prices due to foreign buyers have increased by 5 to 10%. And the same with rents, but more interesting thing we found has to do with the consequence for local households. So there's a video and there's a thing up here, a radio show up there I think you can listen to. He said that even though the research shows that prices have not been as affected as some may think, some residents will benefit from foreign investment more than others. I guess the people that already own from when they bought their houses back in 1984 that have paid them off, I think, are the ones that will benefit off it. That's what I'm thinking, right? We found that the average household in Vancouver is made worse off by these international capital flows to the tune of about $200 per year. But this masks much larger difference within the winners and losers, said I can't even pronounce that, his name. We think that winners went up by $600 per year and losers were worse off by $900 per year. He said that some benefits for international investors also include a spur in construction, which requires local labor as well as additional property tax revenue that can be re-injected into the community. That's the question. Where is it being re-injected into? That's the main question. But he said it's very important to be able to share the benefits and burdens of foreign investment, adding that if that's not possible, more supply measures such as foreign buyers tax are necessary. So, however, his name, I can't pronounce it, Vavlikavis, said estimating the number of homes owned by out-of-town people is very difficult. For the purpose of the study, foreign ownership was estimated at about 10%. Let me know what you guys think on that. Comment below on that part. We did our best taking the data from BC Stated collecting about a year ago, but unfortunately, that's just the best that we can do in terms of estimating these numbers. So what's the takeaway? According to Flavicus, the answer is supply. Really? So I have another article that I'm going to link to this one, and we'll go from there, okay, guys? The city needs to drastically make it easier to build, he said. So before we even start thinking about taxes and other types of restrictions, I think supply is a bigger issue. I'm finding that I think people are coming around this. He said that Vancouver needs to remove the red tape so more supply can be created. Okay, so now they're talking about supply. Or they're not talking about, okay. Flavicus said it's very difficult to displace households to still stay within a reasonable distance of the city center, and construction can help with that. But now he said that the foreign buyer's tax is better than nothing. So let me tie in an article to this. So, like, they're stating that it's not that much of an impact, but why are they hiding this? 25,502 unoccupied homes. This is not units in Vancouver for 15% jump over 2011. So, could someone explain to me the non-investment type person that would just buy a home and leave it vacant, and their people are struggling just to pay rent? How is this even possible? Why would somebody, a Canadian proper that works 3 jobs just to pay rent, buy a house and leave it vacant? Because someone needs to educate me on this, because I have no friggin' idea. Latest census numbers show 2016 there's 25,502 unoccupied empty housing units in the city of Vancouver. That's 15%. So that's the article there. I'm not going to read this, but it's been out of control. And I know other cities like Melbourne, Sydney, London, Auckland are all suffering with empty homes. In France is doing a 70% tax or 60% tax on unoccupied homes. In France, they're sick and tired of these empty units everywhere. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know who, if anyone's watching this, bought a house and just left it empty. Because there's this other article saying there's not enough supply, but when you have 25,000 empty homes, and the average home could hold up to 5 to 6 people, because there's 2-story homes, 3-story homes, you could have more. So you multiply 5 times 25,000, right? That's 125,000 people that are displaced that could be living in a home. So I don't know if people are just buying homes and leaving them empty and crying about the cost of living. Yeah, I kind of know what's going on. I want to know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for watching.